Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another video. Without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. The Cowboys are making a big quarterback move to open the 2025 offseason. For the past 6 months, and especially in the past week, one of the running storylines among many has been the Cowboys' decisions in the quarterback room. The most significant development has undoubtedly been making Dak Prescott the highest-paid player in the history of the NFL just before the start of the 2024 season. This was the headline everyone paid attention to, but there were also some notable twists and turns in how the Cowboys handled their quarterback situation. One of the most intriguing and often criticized decisions was the Cowboys' handling of the 2023 trade for Trey Lance. Lance, who was acquired from the San Francisco 49ers in August 2023 for a 4th-round pick, was a highly debated acquisition. The reasoning behind this move was never fully explained by the team, but much of the speculation revolved around the idea that the Cowboys believed having the former number 3 overall pick from the 2021 NFL Draft would provide leverage in their contract negotiations with Dak Prescott. However, Prescott effectively called the team's bluff by securing the contract he wanted, which made the trade for Lance seem unnecessary. In addition, Lance failed to surpass Cooper Rush in the competition for the backup quarterback job. When Prescott went down with a season-ending hamstring injury, it was Rush, not Lance, who was called into action. This situation left Lance with little to no role in Dallas and led to him starting only one game, the Week 18 finale against the Washington Commanders. Unfortunately for Lance, that game did not go well, and it became clear that the trade for him had been a waste for the Cowboys. As the season came to an end, both Cooper Rush and Trey Lance became free agents. With the Cowboys wrapping up the 2024 season, they found themselves with no clear backup quarterback behind Prescott for the 2025 season. However, on Monday, Dallas made a notable move to address the backup quarterback situation, at least temporarily. The team signed journeyman Will Grier to a contract extension after he had wrapped up a stint on the practice squad and made an appearance on the roster in Week 18. While the deal is minimal and Grier is guaranteed nothing, it's clear that the Cowboys value him. Grier had previously been with the Cowboys as a practice squad member and third stringer in 2021 and 2022 before the trade for Lance ended his time in Dallas. The Cowboys are highly unlikely to bring back Lance in free agency, and Rush's future with the team is also uncertain, as he is now a free agent. Given his impressive play in 2024, he may have priced himself out of Dallas, which would make his future with the Cowboys worth keeping an eye on. Rush has proven himself to be one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, and it would be surprising if another team didn't come calling with a more lucrative offer. As the Cowboys look ahead to the 2025 offseason, another big question is what they will do in the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft. The Cowboys finished the 2024 season with a disappointing 7-10 record after a tough 23-9 loss to the Washington Commanders in the final game of the season. With the 12th overall pick in the draft, Dallas now has the opportunity to address some of their roster needs. The team has a lot of work to do between now and the start of the draft in April, including figuring out what to do with the coaching staff, addressing free agency, and making key roster decisions. In terms of roster needs, the Cowboys will likely focus on positions of weakness and areas that require immediate upgrades. One of the areas they will need to address is defensive tackle. While it's expected that defensive tackle Motzie Smith will return next season, there are possible key losses, including Osa Odigizua. If Odigizua departs in free agency, Dallas will need a new starting 3 technique to replace him. A player like Derek Harmon from Oregon could be a potential first-round target. Harmon has seen his draft stock rise significantly after transferring from Michigan State, and he has become one of the top defensive tackle prospects in 2025. His ability to be effective as both a pass rusher and a run stopper makes him a valuable addition to any defensive line. Another key area for the Cowboys to focus on is the cornerback position. While Darren Bland is expected to return next season, the cornerback room remains a significant concern. In particular, the Cowboys will need to decide what to do with players like Trayvon Diggs, who is recovering from surgery, and Kane Carson, as well as restricted free agents like Josh Butler. If Diggs is unable to return to full health, or if other key players are lost, cornerback could be a top priority in the first round. Siobhan Revel Jr., a cornerback from East Carolina, has been generating attention as a potential first-round target. Revel's combination of size, length, fluidity, and closing speed would make him an immediate upgrade to the Cowboys secondary. The running back position could also see some changes in the offseason, particularly if Dallas lets go of Rico Dowdle in free agency. While Duce Vaughn is expected to return next season, the Cowboys could look to add another running back in the draft. Caleb Johnson from Iowa is a player who could be a good fit for Dallas. While he may not be the top running back available, he has the size and skill set teams look for in an RB1. Johnson is patient, processes things quickly, and has a great understanding of how to set up his blocks. He could be a valuable asset to the Cowboys' backfield, especially if they need to make improvements in the running game. On the offensive line, Dallas is set to return several key players, including Tyler Smith, Tyler Biadasz, Terrence Steele, and Cooper Beebe. However, there are potential key losses, including the possibility that Zach Martin could be released to free up salary cap space. The Cowboys may also need to make decisions regarding restricted free agents like Chuma Edoga and Brock Hoffman. One potential first-round target for the offensive line is Marcus Ma from Purdue. Ma is one of the most athletically gifted linemen in the draft class, and his versatility to play both right guard and tackle could make him an ideal fit for the Cowboys. Wide receiver is another position where the Cowboys could look to make improvements. While CeeDee Lamb is expected to return, and players like Jalen Tolbert and Jonathan Mingo are part of the roster, the team may need to replace key players like Brandon Cooks or Cavani Turpin. One wide receiver who could be a first-round target for the Cowboys is Luther Burden III from Missouri. Burden is considered by many to be the best wide receiver in the 2025 draft class. His speed and skill set make him a deep threat, but his physicality and contact balance also make him a strong asset in the short to intermediate areas of the field. Burden would be a great complement to CeeDee Lamb, and his ability to rack up yards after the catch would be an invaluable addition to the Cowboys' offense. As the Cowboys head into the 2025 offseason, they have a lot of decisions to make in order to improve their roster and set themselves up for success in the future. Whether it's quarterback, defensive tackle, cornerback, running back, offensive line, or wide receiver, the Cowboys have the opportunity to make some key moves that could elevate their team and put them in a better position for the upcoming season. All eyes will be on the Cowboys as they look to strengthen their roster and make a deep playoff push in 2025.